Welcome back to a new series, guys. I thought it'd be interesting to do gaming in a galaxy far, far away. So this is the first in a series of a few games that I actually have, set obviously in the world famous Star Wars universe. We'll start right out big scale with Rebellion. Now this game is basically the original trilogy in a box. So what we have here is the board, as you can see, with all the pieces for the game here, representing the galaxy. 2-player game, 1 player playing the Rebel Alliance and the other player playing the Galactic Empire. Basically, I suppose it's a Risk style game, but only for 2 players. 1 player playing the Empire, the other the Rebellion. The Empire's goal in the game is to find a hidden Rebel base, and the Rebel player's goal is to... We've got a timer and prestige markers. The Rebel player wins by gaining enough prestige so it gets to where the timer is, and if those two meet, the Rebel Alliance have gained enough support within the galaxy to overthrow the Empire. The Empire's job is to find a secret Rebel base, which is represented by each planet as a card in the game. And the Rebel base is obviously hidden from the Empire at the start. Only the Rebel player knows where it is. Now basically the game goes one after the other. You have a starting setup explained in the rule book. Let's grab that here. Shows you the starting setup for your first few games. Somewhere here. There we go. First game set up in the rule book there. Tells you what units to place where, what leaders to place out, so on and so forth. The game is played by playing cards. We have objective cards and mission cards, as you can see here, and your leaders, which are here somewhere. What have I done with those? There's the leaders, the Imperial leaders. They all have stats on their cards, on their pieces, that you can see there, which allows them to do different objectives, different missions, different attacks, and so on and so forth. Specialised attack dice and mission dice. These are your Rebel leaders in here. So there's those, each one has a different set of skills they can use. Each player gets a board. Now if you look on the board, they have influence markers and resource markers. Now influence, certain factions start the game with either a Rebel influence or an Imperial influence or no influence, depending on how you go. Now, and starting resources. Now, if you look on here, your resources, if you own a resource from that, you can build an X-Wing, Y-Wings, depending on however many different resources you have, Rebel transport, so on and so forth. Same for the Empire on the other side. And as I say, you play your cards, taking it in turns, doing influence, sabotaging if you're the Rebel Alliance, objectives, mission cards, to affect the game state. Game comes with a ton of plastic pieces, which allows you to build your forces up from turn to turn, We'll just have a quick look at a few of these, some of the more impressive ones. Superstar Destroyer. There we go. And Death Stars. So on and so forth. For the Empire, AT-AT Walkers, Troopers, TIE Fighters, normal Star Destroyers, so on. That's those. And for the Rebel Alliance, Brilliant Corvettes, Mon Calamari Cruisers, X-Wings, Y-Wings, Rebel Troopers, Ion Cannons, Power Generators. Each piece in the game, Snow Speeders. Each piece in the game does a certain things, whether it's combat or allows you to transport units as you're moving your units across the game board. Fighting battles. You can also capture your enemy's leaders. There are certain missions allow you to capture leaders, which again gains your victory points on the track for the rebels, so on and so forth. Sabotage markers, which again is for the rebels or the Imperials. If you do a sabotage mission, you place the sabotage marker on whichever system you sabotaged, and they can't do anything in the next turn. There are objectives and mission cards which allow you to remove the sabotage tokens. So play continues one to the other until someone meets the victory requirements. There are also advanced rules allowing you to do different starting setups, as you can see here in the rulebook, and there is a team game as well, but really it's a 1v1 game, but you can play 2v1, 1v2 if you so want to, and there's a few rules explaining how that works. The game itself comes with a learn to play rulebook, guides you through step by step of how missions work, how combat works, movement, so on and so forth. Winning the game, as I say, there's only what, we'll get away from the setup, playing the game, 1, 2, 3, 4, there's only 5 pages of rules. Really easy game to learn, but very difficult to master. It also comes with a rules reference, so if you need to look anything up, your rules reference book here goes into more details should you need to. So that's Star Wars Rebellion, looking at the galactic conflict from a galactic scale. Expansion, there is only one, but it's quite hard to get hold of, and this is the Rise of the Empire expansion, which brings in new units, new characters, new pieces from the Rogue One movie. Let's try and get these out for you. Have a quick look at what's in the expansion box. There we go here. Just 4 pages of rules. Additional things for building your new units. There's the Empire and the Rebel one. New leaders, new mission cards, new dice, and your new pieces. So there's that as well. But I say this one is quite difficult to get hold of, and I'm quite glad I did manage to eventually in the end. So that's the only expansion. You don't need it to play the game, But if you do enjoy Rebellion, if you give it a go, try and see if you can pick this one up. So that's Star Wars Rebellion, guys. Hopefully that gives you a brief look at the most zoomed out board game for the Star Wars IP. I say this is the first, and there's going to be a series of videos I'm going to do. Next one I think will be Outer Rim. I'll give a quick review of Outer Rim as well in the next video, where you're playing bounty hunters on the edge of the galaxy, doing missions again, collecting money and rewards and galactic fame. So that'll be the next one, Star Wars Outer Rim. But this has been Rebellion. So thanks for listening again, guys. And we'll catch you in the Outer Rim video. Cheers then. Catch you in the next one.